as we have understood pollination in our previous class, autogamy is a type of pollination which occurs between the anther and the stigma of the same flower. Now, when it occurs between the anther and the stigma of the same flower, we call it as autogamy, and autogamy can be explained through two types, Chasmogamous and Cleistogamous. Both of these are extremely important forms to remember. Now, when we are talking about the similarities and the dissimilarities between the various kind of species, it's important to understand that when autogamy pollination occurs, it is within the same flower. Now, this flower could be closed or it could be open in either of the conditions. Now, when it could be closed or open, what we need to understand is the similarities as well as the differences between the two. So, first of all, focusing on the similarities. What are the similarities? The similarities are both of them require angiosperm, which is they happen only in the angiosperms, which are the flowering plants. Now, both of them would have the androecium and the gynoecium. That means the anther and the stigma has to be present. So, the male reproductive organ as well as the female reproductive organ. Then, there has to be a pollination format that should occur. It could be self-pollination, or there could be an external requirement of pollination in the case of Chasmogamous. However, by and large, the pollination is self-pollination only, but sometimes there are external pollinators which are important or part of it. So, how do we differentiate between what is Chasmogamous and what is Cleistogamous? If we come on to definition, under the Greek term, Chasmogamous means open marriage. As simple as that. And here is the name derived. And Cleistogamy, Cleisto means closed, so it is called as closed marriage. Okay, that means in the Chasmogamous, the reproductive organs of the flower are exposed. However, under Cleistogamous, they are confined, they are hidden within the flower, they are not exposed. So here, the reproductive organs are exposed. That's the most important thing. The next is the size of the flower. Now, the size of the flower in the case of Chasmogamous is usually large and prominent, because if it is not large and prominent, how would external pollinators come? So, size of the flower is large and prominent. However, in the case of Cleistogamous, they are very, very small and usually indistinguishable. You cannot distinguish them further. The next is color. Chasmogamous have beautiful colors, they have bright colors, and this is the reason that external pollinators get attracted towards the color. However, under Cleistogamous, they are less colorful. Okay, the next is the kind of petals. Now here the petals are made in such a fashion, as we said, that they are bright colored, so they attract the pollinators. However, nothing happens like that in the case of Cleistogamous, because the flower is closed, the anther from the same flower, the pollens from the same flower would fall onto the stigma of the same flower. It is within a closed limit, so there is no need for the petals to be highly attractive. The next is the status. As we said, these flowers are open, they are exposed, they are they have exposed reproductive organs. However, Cleistogamous are those where they are never exposed, they are closed or hidden, as the term suggests. Okay. The next is the pollinating agents. Now, the pollinating agents are important. Here, there are external pollinating agents. Since the flowers are big, bright, with colored, attractive petals, they require the reproductive organs are open, and therefore the external pollinators are required. However, no external pollinators are required in the case of Cleistogamous. The last important thing is the examples. So, under Chasmogamous, the most important example is pansy. However, here we have subularia. Okay, so that's the major difference between Chasmogamous and Cleistogamous. The definition itself is important. What does the word Chasmo and Cleisto mean? So Chasmo means open, Cleisto means closed. Extremely important. The difference between those two is extremely important. The examples are again very important. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comment section below. And do subscribe for many updates on the channel. Have a wonderful day ahead.